Now we bring in our good friend, great guest. He's from NBC Sports, Jeremy Roenick, and he joins us now. Jeremy, it's Michael and Don. How you doing?
Hey, boys. How you guys doing?
We're doing all right. Is there a way that you can envision the Canadiens without their number one goaltender and the way Lundqvist is playing that the Rangers could lose this series?
Well, I don't want to be caught in the case of something happening being the jinx of
we were just talking about
something that looks, readily apparent. I think having Carey Price go out of this series is such a huge benefit to the New York Rangers. I've heard a lot of New York Rangers fans say, well, I don't really like that because now they're going to go after Lundqvist, or I don't like that because the team's going to rally around something. Listen, when you take one of the top 5 best goaltenders in the world and you take them out of a lineup for a team, that team cannot improve in terms of its ability to stop the puck. So for the Rangers, this is a good situation to be in, and I would be surprised if they do go back to Montreal.
So, Jeremy, you, not just as a fan, talk superstitiously, but players get into that too, right? You wouldn't want to be walking around in a room and have a teammate saying, guys, this series is over, we're moving on.
Oh, no, never. And as you've seen with the LA Kings, you can never count a team out. I mean, if until that last horn goes off, there's a chance that a team can come back. I mean, there's no, especially in the league today where the parity is so deep. And the last game is always the hardest to win. These next 2 wins for the New York Rangers are going to seem like eternity because it's right there in their grasp. You're going to have a team that's fighting really hard in Montreal. They're a proud team. They're going to fight hard. They're not going to go away, and you want it done, but you have to be patient. It's going to be a long week here for these 2 games to be taken in Madison Square Garden for sure.
Now you said something, Jeremy, that caught my attention. I just want to make sure I heard you right. You said you would be kind of surprised if it went back to Montreal. So
I would be.
You think the Rangers could win the next 2 games?
Oh, without question. They're at home. I think they're. We already went through the goaltending situation, but let's go to the Rangers goaltender. If Henrik Lundqvist continues to play the way that he's playing right now, they will not go back to Montreal. I think the Rangers are playing too well as a team together. They're bonded by a greater force right now, and they're playing for a lot of different reasons for each other. And you can see the excitement on their faces to each other. The goal celebrations, the conversations on the bench, the mentality. They're a closer hockey team than they were in the first 4 games of the Pittsburgh series. And that's a tough team to beat, and a team that is running on confidence right now. But Henrik Lundqvist is without question at the top of his game.
Jeremy, it was a random moment in Game 2 that I'm not sure you remember, but Vanek is coming down the left wing. He's got what I think is a clear shot, and instead he dumped it back to the trailer. And the first thing I thought of is maybe Lundqvist has gotten in their head. Have you seen signs where Montreal's trying to be too fine and too perfect to beat what they think is an unbeatable goaltender?
I think, well, Henrik is definitely in their heads because you see the one thing that they said about Game 2 is Henrik Lundqvist stole that game. I don't know if he really stole the game. I think he made huge saves, but I think the timing of the goals was pretty crucial for the Rangers, especially Marty's goal on the power play. But how can a goaltender that's given up only like 5 goals or 6 goals in the last 5 games not be in your head? Lundqvist is making everything look very easy. He's swallowing up a lot of pucks. The Montreal is not getting second and third opportunities, and that's frustrating for a team when you work hard and it's one shot and out. So, without question, he's in their heads.
All right, so you're down 2-0. You're the Canadiens. You don't have your best player. They said he's their best player. How does the coach motivate them today? What does he say to them to get them ready to win this game tonight?
It's one period at a time. It's one period at a time. It's one game at a time. You can't fast forward. So I think the LA Kings showed exactly how you have to do that and chip away and literally play one period at a time and not get too far ahead of yourselves. You can't think of, we need to win both these games to tie this thing up now in New York. You have to concentrate on winning that first 10 minutes tonight. And for the Rangers, they're going to have to be prepared for a very difficult first 10 minutes of this game tonight. And I think if they survive it and Lundqvist stays sharp again, you're going to see Montreal all of a sudden start get frustrated, start worrying, start taking chances, and the game will open up, I think, a little bit for the Rangers. But the first 10 minutes is going to be crucial tonight.
Jeremy, 2 goals in 2 games for Rick Nash. Matter of fact, 2 goals on his last 3 shots. Is that enough to believe that maybe he's catching fire here?
Let's hope so. He did get the 7th one of a 7-2 game, which didn't mean anything to anything else but Rick Nash, because getting that 1 goal, doesn't matter where you do it, all of a sudden now you're 1 for 1. And then he came back, scored again. So his confidence is going to be ramped up. But I still think he needs to get stronger. Still think he needs to get, continue to go to the areas that are going to be, he's going to have a better chance to score. He's a big guy. I think he just needs to bear down a little bit harder, and he's going to be okay. But now I feel a lot better watching Nash come into the game, feeling at least a little bit more confident about the puck going in net.
Talking with Jeremy Roenick of NBC Sports. Jeremy, is there a tried and true way that hockey players know of to get to a hot goalie that is standing on his head? Is there something that you do? I mean, do you rush him? What do you do to a guy like Lundqvist right now?
There's really not much. I mean, you're going to hear all the the typical answers on how to beat him. Change the angle. You're going to have to make one pass, make a move. Things like that, second and third opportunities, getting in traffic. But Montreal's been doing that, and Henrik has been able to battle it off. A little bit of luck doesn't hurt. You saw what happened last night in Chicago. Chicago has that game wrapped up in a fluky goal because the puck was thrown into the crease by Justin Williams. It just snuck in, and all of a sudden, the tides change. You can change that easily. So. You just got to keep battling it out, keep shooting the puck, and hopefully, Hank makes a mistake, and it can motivate the hockey team.
And JR, you know how it is in Montreal with the media, with the fans. Do you think there's they feel pretty good leaving Montreal and maybe more comfortable playing on the road tonight?
I don't know. I think they do play well on the road, and they've shown that, especially this year's playoffs. They've played well in Madison Square Garden this year also, so they have that going for them. I don't know, maybe they like to hear that ole, ole, ole crap all the time, and maybe they want to get away from that stupid chant that they do up there.
Wow!
For whatever reason.
I didn't know you hated it that much.
Oh, my God. That is the stupidest chant, I think, in all of sports. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it stands for, but it sounds awful, and there's no place for that in a hockey game.
What do you think is the best matchup for NBC and for the NHL in the finals? Would it be the Rangers and the Bull?
There's no question it's Chicago Blackhawks Rangers. I mean, there you got another original 6 matchup. You have 2 huge markets. You have the defending Stanley Cup, and then you have arguably probably one of the biggest, if not arguably the biggest market team in the country, being in New York. So for us in NBC, I know the powers that be are hoping for a Ranger Chicago final.
Good stuff, Jeremy. We thank you as always for coming on. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Always love talking to you guys.